Hello, can you hear me? We've just gone live. So I'm not sure. I linked up my Discord account with the PlayStation, so I wonder whether that can come through. You know, do you remember how we couldn't get that done last night? Oh, Jason wasn't coming through, I don't think, was he? But let's see if you're coming through. Hang on. That's alright, I might have to leave it actually. Damn. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. We do apologise for the slight audio issues that we had there a few moments ago, but hello and welcome to the round 7, in fact, the penultimate round of this GT3 Kid Buyers Racing Series, and we are at a track where track limits have been all the rage at the moment. It's been the main talking point throughout the course of the week, leading into not only last night's GT2 series, but also tonight. We are at the Circuit of the Americas, of course, Grade 1 FIA specification circuit, 5.514 kilometres of motor racing facility here in Austin, Texas, and home to Formula One, NASCAR, even V8 supercars came here once upon a time. And interesting circuit, like we said. Track limits always an issue here for people, but 20 corners and 5.5 kilometres. And we'll just get... we do join us, actually, with 13 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. We've had 18 confirmed here tonight, but it appears as though we've got 20 drivers racing tonight. We are not doing a split qualifying format. We are just having a continuous qualifying session, which I think was about 22 minutes. Usually, of course, we split the first 10 minutes for Pro-Am and Am drivers. When the timer strikes 12, they usually finish their lap and allow the Pro guys to do their thing. But tonight we are just going solo with the one qualifying session. And Brems 98 has followed. Trev, how are you, my friend? I see you survived the 6-day-old curry. Oh, just rain of fire, let me tell you. And if you are wondering where all my friends are this evening, I am going solo, and I have been quite ill over the last 24 hours. And of course, what our man Rain of Fire is referring to is I ate a week-old curry out of the fridge, and boy, it didn't do me any favours as we look at Nismo 8th. But yes, we do not have Cameron, of course. We tried to get the Nigerian Prince in the Discord call, but as you can see there, he's put into the comments, I hope one day we use the PSN chat and we can use the PSN chat and Discord at the same time. That would be fantastic. I told you not to eat it, says Mrs. B. And you can see there Mrs. B trying to cover all bases there and absolve herself of any blame there. He can, as Chuck Norris getting a little bit spicy there, but no, we won't talk about last night's curry, but I have been a little bit crook in the past 24 hours, but the show must go on. And we are missing Chuck Norris, of course, due to the Discord PSN chat connectivity. We're missing Jason because Karen from Accounts is off having a baby and having their farewell dinner in Carrum Downs for Doreen Lee. And Bobby Hoskins is on call for work, and pretty much every other thing you can think of, as we can see there. And Mrs. B there just with the glasses and the moustache as we take a look at this qualifying session here. Let's get back to what's on the track. And indeed, of course, if you're just wondering as well, we're taking a look at Sideways Polka. He's our man on pole position tonight. 20 drivers with us. There may be a friend request waiting for you on Facebook so you can stalk, so I can stalk you more. And let's have a look at this. That sounds scary, doesn't it? As Sideways comes across the line. Who else have we got? Most drivers in the pits. Mark Ledwich has gone off the circuit, and so has Ernie Drongo in the Mercedes-Benz there. Exo still out on the circuit, so we might give him a bit of sponsors time. What do we think? As let me tell you, this banger dropped last night. Do they still say that, the young ones? Let's have a look at this is the latest smash hit on the charts, if we have charts anymore. Let's just have a look here. I'm just scrolling through my phone. Let's do this. Woo!
Travel Bears commentator, live streamer like a motorsports streamer. Crackling jokes and cracking streams. Pop culture jokes explode at the seams. When the laps round circus back your car. Speed so far, like shooting stars. Motorsports mania, gotta watch your channels. Take you from pit stops to battle. Virtuoso on asphalt and gravel. Commentary unravel. Grip the mic like a steering wheel. Real feel. No pretense on deal. Loves motorsports, don't get it twisted. With his laugh hypnotic and listed. Faces fear with humor and rap. Yo, Trevor, tell him about that bubble rap man.
Yes. Woo! Bubble rap man. Yeah, Mrs. B. Woo!
Bubble rap king. Pop a bubble, feel the rumble. Trevor never stumble. Pedal to metal, adrenaline treble. Jokes and gears never settle. Commentate, captivate, motorsport magnet. Live stream scene, his domain. Popping jokes like champagne. See him racing, fast pace, hot racing, laughing faces. Motor chasing, commentator. Banter level major. From the track to chat, never flat. We know where the fun at. Trevor Byers bringing fire.
Boop it away, Jimbo Jones.
Taking command, fearless too. Popping hand, watch him go live. Vibe so grand. Motorsports knowledge, broad as the land. Comedy tight, wrap him up tight. Crack a pop, no fight, off fight. Trevor rises, reaching new heights.
Come this far.
Rap king.
Yeah. Bang, bang, bubble rap man. Yeah. Woo!
Bubble rap man.
Bubble. We're getting down and busy. Yeah.
Motorsports knowledge broad.
Woo! Oh, yes. How good was that? Oh, dear. That is rocket. There we go. And Rain of Fire, fearing that he's too white to be listening to that. Don't you worry about that as Ernie Drongo out onto the circuit now. Can you believe that? That is the latest. That is the latest hit that's dropped overnight. That's right, my recording studio, Bubble Wrap Records, have... where's Ernie Dingo gone there? There we go. We're going to have a look at some of these pro guys, though. But yes, that's the latest banger that's just dropped overnight. Sorry to hear that... sorry to hear about Rain of Fire and considering a workplace change. Coming off the back of a 14-hour shift, I'm sure you could imagine. And yes, hope we find you well, and please come back to Victoria, and we will look after you. And Jimbo says we need Voodoo back in the stream to save it. And already on it, says Voodoo. I told you we're going solo tonight, but dropping bangers like fire here. And Trev singing bubble 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 rap man. Woo! And that'll be my new theme song on the stream. Mrs. B told me to not go with it, but I thought it was pretty good. If I move, we're moving further north, maybe to Papua New Guinea. So there we go. No, I haven't had anything to drink, but 5.5 minutes remaining in this session. I am going solo tonight. I have been crook as a dog in the last 24 hours, but who cares about that? Because the beautiful people with me here tonight will see me through Mackay or Townsville, not Port Moresby there for Rain of Fire. Trev has lost the plot, and yeah, very crook after that 6-day-old curry, which I was advised not to eat. But Noodles has gone to the top, and I've been very ill the last 24 hours, and basically I've managed to climb back up away from death's door, and then we have this stream happening tonight. Another No Frills stream. Great to have you all here. Very big believer in working the chat, and we did have Brems98 who has joined the family, and that means we've got 360 followers. Can you believe it? Great to have you all here. Yes, just replying to myself there, but just seriously considering whether I should be going to work tomorrow, but we'll leave that decision up for the stewards. Otherwise, Mrs. B. Water Arrow, good luck, lads. Good luck to you, Water Arrow. There's Noodles on pole position. And let's take a look at the track here tonight. 60-minute race, of course, tonight, if you're just joining us. Capacity of 120,000 people opened up in 2012. And back when Tom Cruise was racing around here. It's an interesting circuit, not one that the drivers all particularly love, of course, because of the fact that it is, in terms of track limits, it's not a great one, but geez, I'm worried about those clouds there. You can see those clouds and how dark this is getting, but I don't think we're in for any rain here tonight. However, you never know what could happen. But Noodles 206.5 here, going to the top of the timing sheets. And then it's Will Star. Now, let's just... What I was getting distracted myself with was Will Star and Noodles. If you swap those two around, that is the championship table. And Norm as well there. He's currently P4 on the grid. He is third in the championship. Don't think we've got distinct Andrew, but still, we have 20 people with us here tonight. Like I said, going solo. Excellent suggestion. Please save your channel points, Bubble Wrap Man, because they won't work tonight, because it is a no frills stream, but I will be picking up my PC tomorrow morning at 9:15 Eastern Time. And it's all got the Whiz Bang Mofo board and the AMD Ryzen Core 7 Duo Core, and you name it, it's all DDR5 RAM, of course, and the Gigabyte motherboard. So all of that sort of stuff, and everything will be maxed out like you wouldn't believe. Max. And there we go. Hey, Trev, think we need to sail the high seas tomorrow night? We certainly can. We might even stream that as well with some of the Kraken rum as well. Need to get some rum. I know I said I'd never go there again after drinking a litre of that after the 2018 AFL Grand Final. and waking up about 3 towns over, and a couple of states. I think I missed a state in there as well. Just sort of woke up, might have been across the border, down Mexico way. But 90 seconds in this session, we would love to hear from you, but certainly need to be sailing the high seas together. As Jimbo has alluded to, play a bit of Sea of Thieves. We might even stream it if we can see, once I have my PC back, of course. But the championship up for grabs. Good luck, have fun all. Thank you, Distinct Andrew. EXO running in second part of quality gold, in quali I should say gold. This might have been a split quali session. I think we've only got the pro guys out now, of course. As should we invite that Jason guy? I don't know whether Jason will be in tonight. Actually, I'm not too sure, because he has Karen from accounts at Lorraine Lee she's having a baby, I think, and moving on. Or I'm pretty sure that's how it's happening there. And she is having her farewell down there at the Carrum Downs Pig and Whistle. So make sure you get down there. I think it started at 6:30. Actually, we're approaching 8:22 my time. But let's see who else is on a hot lap. 21. So Willstar might be the first of them here. We'll keep an eye on him. I don't think anybody else will get a time in here, but we shall see. Jason who? Exactly. Remember that clip of Eminem? When, oh, hello there. I thought someone went off the circuit, but I was very much mistaken. But 206.5, that is the end of qualification here. And we can see here Willstar negotiating the final part of this lap, 15-16. And this is where Max Verstappen got his podium taken off of him many, many years ago. I think he might have passed Kimi or one of the Ferraris. We do see you out there lurking, and I know I'm crook as a dog and flying solo without the great Prince and Jason. Some wannabe league racer, says Jimbo, firing shots there at Wilco. I'm sure you'll look back at this at work tomorrow, and he'll see everything that we're talking about as Willstar comes across the line. What's it going to be? Oh, Noodles! Less than a tenth of a second between those two. And who else have we got? Nick's into the pits. Here comes naughty Norman Price through the final corner. What can he do? He needs to find a hell of a lot of time there. 1.5 seconds. Can he do it? No. And we got Machin there across the line. I don't think he's improved. And there are your final qualifying positions. Willstar and Noodles, the two championship contenders. Only a tenth, not even, between those two there, 206.1. And look at that, 206.2. And then 1.1 seconds between down to Sideways Polka. Then it gets close, people. Nick there as well, fourth. Norm in fifth. Stewie in sixth. Machin in seventh. Pardon me. And Spawn Racing there in 8th. JJ Norms in 9th. Mac Miller, Kilroy, Nismo leading the way in his class. And then Chipperton, Ernie. I forgot about Shawnee Fuller, the Englishman. Mark, Ernie, Saint Sim, Jimbo, Dask. And we are going to get ready to go racing. I might need some wannabe league racer training to get my groove back. Oh, you certainly can. Yeah, I'm available for that. I've just got to go to Karen from accounts and her farewell. But after that, I think I might be able to find the time for you to get into the Jason Wilkinson Driver Academy. That needs a lot of work. But we have ticked over to the start of this race. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have a full formation lap. And, let's have a look here. Let's have a look at our drivers. They're all lined up in the pit lane. And, here we go. We've gone to the starting grid. And, boy, the clouds have cleared just like that. And everything's sunnier in Texas, as they say, and bigger too. And the crowd has turned out. Only 120,000 capacity here. we believe, at this circuit, which is probably the most useless piece of information you'll hear in a month of Sundays. But we are counting down, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I have not been overly well in the past 24 hours. You can probably tell because the voice isn't as gorgeous and at its peak as what it usually is. But we've got the countdown timer on. And I might take this opportunity to take a short break. We have the 1 hour race coming up, and you'll hear my voice again in a couple of minutes. The Binga King Driving School is better than the Wilkinson Driving Academy. The Jay Wada, he's preferring to go for the Big K. The Big K's Fat 30, Big Kahuna, and Binga King. Come on, Willstar, get it done, says Rain of Fire. Willstar and Noodles very much in a class of their own. But we're going to take this opportunity to leave you with the gentle breeze of the Austin circuit here in Texas. And we'll let you build up with the silence of these cars, all 20 of them out there on the circuit tonight. We are missing the rest of the commentary team and a few others off the grid, but we won't let that stop us, will we, from having a terrific night here tonight. Bingara did coach me to my first 202 lap at Bathurst. Continuing on from last night then, says Matthew Simmons. Well, I was going to go have a break and have a Kit Kat, but then Matty Simmons has joined us. Jimbo continuing on his good form from last... No, he's not. He's down in fourth on the grid. What on earth happened there, Jimbo Johnson? But howdy, says Rain of Fire. That is towards Matt Simmons. Mrs. B also tuned in earlier tonight, but now she's abandoned me after dishing up that six-day-old curry, if you don't mind. If you can hear me, I know you can hear me. And Exo, pull your finger out, says Rain of Fire. But don't say that too loud because Mrs. B might just come barging into the commentary box. But we might just we played the the song a little bit earlier on, the famous Bubble Wrap Man song. But let's just we're waiting to see these. Forgot to take fuel out for qualifying. That's Jimbo explaining what happened there. But we've got another couple of minutes or a couple of seconds there. Lucky has... Wait, hang on a minute. As we see the cars pull away from the grid, you're lucky she didn't add the mushrooms. You'd be a gooner now, a goner now. Howdy. How's this setup? If it's bad, it's not my fault. It's if it's good, it's all me. So Matty Simmons covering all bases there. As we see them on the formation lap, we might just check out our next banger of the evening with thanks to Chuck Norris. This is another song about yours truly.
Trevor in the spotlight, shining like gold, dancing through the neon, stories to be told. He got the moves, yeah, glowing like a star. In this electric heart, he's reaching the bar.
Yeah.
Trevor, fires lighting up the night.
Yeah, let's do this.
The lasers, everything feels right. Trevor, fires dancing in the light. Everybody conquers, we all take
That's
flight.
right, second hit of the night. Woo!
Steps music in his veins when he hits the dance floor, feel it in the brain.
Yeah.
Lights around,
No breathalyzers here, Jimbo. This'll spice up your formation lap, fellas.
Trevor, fire.
Yeah, sing it. Who in the club? Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Who's singing it with me? Turn your stream up loud.
Lighting up the night underneath the lasers, everything feels right. Trevor fires dancing in the light. With every beat it conquers, we all take flight.
There we go. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, Mrs. B, that's Mrs. B told me not to play that, but we just Didn't listen to that advice, did we? But didn't make it. Worked a 14-hour shift. Don't have the patience nor the attitude required to race tonight. And we need to breathalyse Trev. Thank you, Jimbo. Hit start, put him back to the pits. So a pit lane start for Jimbo, we're hearing. But it's really enough about my banging music and my new singles that I've been releasing here. And a big shout out to Chuck Norris, my main producer, or Chucky N, as we like to call him in our, that's a musical sort of term there, the Chucky N. Feet Chucky N, but here we go. Look at them lining up. We're about to get underway. Bugger, mate, all good. Can chill with the stream and have a great night. That is the best advice you'll hear. We need a salty Wilco song. And HSDNA 2 14-hour shift. I feel that. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. Ricardo. And Ricardo, good day. How have you all been? We've been terrific. I've been a little bit sick, actually, in the last 24 hours, but enough about that, because we're about to go racing. Let's have a look. And Voodoo there working on the Wilco, Salty Wilco disc track. That'll be the next one, but we're about to go racing here, ladies and gentlemen. 14 people watching a no-frills stream. I'm going solo and feeling a little bit under the weather, but let's get this underway. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Star and Noodles, who will come out on top, or will it be somebody else? Let's go, let's do this. Yes, 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 go, go, go. And we're away here at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas for round 7, penultimate round of this championship in the GT3 class for season 6 of the Kit Buyers Racing League, and Will Star leads away. Noodles slots into second position. That looks like naughty Norman Price in third position as the leaderboards just go all haywire on me, but they will correct themselves. Yes, it is Norm up into third, sideways. Up into fourth there, as you can see. Nick in fifth. Then it's Match and Stewie Wilson applying pressure on him. Not all heroes wear capes. Big Alan Shep. Big Alan Shep has joined us from Warrnambool. I think he might be spending time in Carrum Downs as well. A long time between drinks, Trev. A big hello from the Big Shep down at the Bull. Yes, he is down at the Bull. And we can confirm that he is watching tonight. Big Alan Shep, the man, the myth, the legend himself, of course, formerly of Carrum Downs, and then moved down to Warrnambool, down in the western part of Victoria, and a fantastic part of the world there. Warrnambool Speedway, of course. Big Shep knows somebody down at the Warrnambool Speedway, and I grew up in Warrnambool, one of many places I grew up, but I'm not here to tell you my life story, but I spent 3 years down there, and beautiful ocean views as well. And Noodles now, Will Star right behind him, as my voice just broke once again, and coming off the back of a bit of a flu that's developed overnight. But sideways polka, continuing on this part of the lap. Jimbo, Exo, where is Exo? Exo right at the back, but Jimbo has made a pit lane start, so I'm not sure what happened to Exo there, but it is great to have Matty Simmons with us. Rain of Fire, Big Shep Regis, HSDNA2, as well as Ricardo, all the way from Max Verstappen land. And there is Jimbo Johnson Jr. there here tonight. Will Star still leads, Noodles in second. And boy, we've got a race on our hands. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. We are one lap in at the moment. And you can see the battle continues here. Look at this battle in front of our very eyes. A game of chess. You need to be a chess master here to know what moves. Sorry for the strange pauses. I'm trying to breathe and talk at the same time. It's it's an absolute privilege when you can do it. But 57 minutes remaining. Of course there is. We're only 3 minutes into this race, and I was determined to stream tonight. Mrs. B said, "Have the night off. Think about yourself. Don't stream. Save your energy." And I said no, I needed to get up off the bed and come in and stream this race, because there's one gosh darn thing in this world. I'm streaming, that's for sure. Not missing a second of KRL round 7 of this championship, and I'll be dead before I miss it. And although Mrs. B almost had me convinced, you should really think about yourself. And HSDNA2 says, I thought my wife was on the street for a tick. That's how convincing it was. And look at that, someone get Trev an oxygen tank and possibly a defib machine. And already got one of those. Yo, sorry, I'm not in the box tonight. Solo Trev is a good Trev, and not hard solo, that's for sure, or hard rated solo, as we like to call it here this evening. But like I said, thank you to Wilco. Your man Big Shep has also checked in, Wilco. And yes, I had to be very sick or dead to miss tonight. There was no way that was happening. But let's have a look. You better be sorry, because as we speak, Chuck Norris is writing an AI diss track about salty Wilco, and we dropped our Trevor Byers tracks earlier on this evening at the top of our show. Bubble wrap, man. And how good was that? Big shout out to Chuck Norris, or Chucky D as he's known in the music industry, which we've only been involved in the music industry for the last 16 hours. But let's have a look here. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a little geezy weezy. Don't call me that ever again, LLU. And there we go. What's my name, Chuck Norris? Let us know what my musical stage name is. And is it Kid B? And there we go. Willstar leads. Noodles in second, biding his time. A few spare seats here in the grandstand too as well. If you want to jump in and sit in the grandstand around this circuit of the Americas in this AI constructed Cybernet sort of looking Terminator world that they've developed here. But corner cutting is a big issue. We saw this on the Discord about corner cutting, and I'm just trying to track that down. But we can see there, 60-minute race it is. If you are just joining us, one mandatory pit stop for fuel, and the minimum pit stop time is 25 seconds with an optional 5 seconds for tyres. And no safety car either, of course, as we see them coming around turns 17, 18 and 19 now. So let's keep an eye on these battles here. Shawnee Fuller, hello Shawnee, Nismo in there as well. So that's interesting. And our championship contenders first and second. And let's have a look at the results for last week as well. For Spa, it was Noodles winning that race in the round 6 of the championship, of course, at Spa-Francorchamps. And Distinct Andrew second, Norm in third, Kilroy in fourth, and the rest of them. But let's just have a look here at this race now continuing in front of our very, very gorgeous eyes. 11 people still watching, and you can see we're 7 minutes in, 3 laps in. Shawnee Fuller, and it seems that everybody is away cleanly at this stage as the battles continue to rage. And I do beg your pardon, I was just getting some water there and a cough lolly for the old throat-a-rooney. But everybody, what I was saying was, let's get back to what I was saying here, that everybody has gotten away cleanly. We know Jimbo and also EXO have had their issues, but they are back out onto the circuit, albeit a long way further down the field. Saint Sim now, right behind Dask there, as you can see. 4 position there, and in their respective classes, Chipperton and Ernie Drongo also having a good battle. If I can see you out there lurking, what are you being all shy for? As Ernie Drongo down the inside, he had a look, very, very keen indeed, did not complete the move. And now let's have a look at this. Chipperton, I wouldn't say he's playing games, but he's moving that Porsche here, there and everywhere. And I was about to say, I can see you out there lurking. Please consider following the stream. And oh no, what have I done? I think I've created the most catchiest diss track about Wilco. Haven't tried this track before. Looks like some kind of version of Paul Ricard. It does look a little bit like Paul Ricard. Similar colours between the flags, of course. And I think track limits here, HSD and A2. Hope you're following the channel HSD and A2, because we'd love to have you if you're not. But I have a sneaky feeling that you are already following the channel. We hit 360 and did a full 360 indeed and faced the same direction, but we've got 360 followers as word is coming through as we're about 10 minutes into this race that Chuck Norris has just dropped the saltiest diss track you can imagine about our man, the salty Jason Wilkinson. And boy, I've been down on the canvas as we've got a yellow flag. And who is that? 37. And Nismo. Nismo has gone off there. And this is going to get a go, let me tell you. And look at this, send it to you. Thank you for that, Cam. And great stuff there. Nismo has fallen into the clutches of who's that behind him? Spawn Racing there. So we didn't see, I think it was at the S-curves in the early part of the lap there. I think turns 3, 4, 5, 6. But we're going to premiere our new track here at the moment. This is the Wilco diss track, turning out to be very catchy indeed. As big hello to Aussie Racer 92. Hello to everybody out there watching. 15 viewers. And holy Scheisenhausen Rain of Fire has just come in and mentioned that the wifey's $200 salt lamp has just exploded. His wife's salt lamp has just exploded there, so that is dreadful for him. And Rain of Fire and I also share the same age as well, we learn. I know that's completely off topic, but if Mrs. B's out there... No, she doesn't own a salt lamp. That's okay. But here we go. We're looking at the battle between Mark and Ernie Drongo. Just letting everybody know that I am flying solo tonight. No Wilco. Cam is around, and but we couldn't get him through the PSN chat, of course. And Bobby Hoskins was busy. But Nismo in the pits now, as Aussie Racer 92 says, riding solo in the commentary tonight, Chuck. And there we go. I have been a bit crook too, Aussie Racer. You can probably tell by my voice, I've been out of bounds for the last 24 hours. But we might get back to our leader, and to give me a bit of a break in play, this is the new one. It's called Salty Wilco Salty, and it's just dropped with thanks to my producer Chucky D. Chucky N, I should say. Here it is. It's the Wilco diss track, sounding as beautiful as ever. Thank you, Aussie Racer. Little do you know that I got tucked into a week-old curry that was hanging around, and had some issues this morning. But yeah, hopefully it's one of those 24-hour things. As we get ready, here's the new song. It's Salty Wilco. Enjoy it now.
Jason thinks he's fly, but he can't drive his ride. Stuck in every light, doing things so tired. Push the pedal slow.
Yeah. Damn, this is banging. Yeah.
People saying, whoa, man, the traffic's slowly low. Jason can't drive no car.
Goes harder.
He comes in hot days. Should've stayed with go-karts. Can't drive no car.
Oh, this is great.
Got a nice ride, but can't stay inside the lines. Man, you need some driving sign. Oh, Jason, can you see?
This is for you, Wilco.
Driving at your destiny, making everyone free. You should just want baby. Jason can't drive no car. Curves and hot day. Should've stayed with go-karts. Can't drive no car. Drive at your destiny.
The Wilco diss track, Salty Wilco.
Jason can't drive no car.
Yeah.
Headache cries and heart data. Should've stayed with no car. Can't drive no car.
And that is it. That is the latest banger from the Chuck Norris studio. Oh boy, our man's been busy. Chuck Norris there dropping the salty Jason Wilkinson track as he's on his way back home. Mum, very proud of me. That was pretty catchy, must admit. Shawnee Fuller with a drive-through for Track Limits within the first 15. How many more will we see? Very interesting question there coming in from Aussie Racer 92. Track limits are an issue here, and you can see that Shawnee has dropped well down the field. Nismo's also made his stop. As we are, I do apologise, just getting back, dearie me, I might have gone too hard for that song. But anyway, 44 minutes remaining. And Kilroy and JJ. And meanwhile, the top two have checked out. 6.1 seconds as Kilroy. Was there a bit of contact? We saw some incidents there last night. DRS train, says Rain of Fire. And it all begins with Norman and Kilroy there. Mac Miller not too far behind him in his pro class, of course. That Lexus very quick. Big hello to the crew at Lexus of Blackburn. Great sponsors, of course. No, they're not, but if they do want to sponsor us, they do sponsor the Eddie and Jimmy podcast. And for anyone living in the southern states, you'll know what that means. But please consider following. We'd love to have you along as I struggle through. But like I said, I had to be very, very sick or indeed deceased before I would miss this stream. Was that Mark Ledwich going over the curbs there? Looked very bumpy indeed. And you can see there that might have upset the balance of his car. But he's got Ernie Drongo for company as well, who's further behind him there. Saint Sim. Then it's Dask and Chipperton. Spawn Racing. Jimbo Jones, who had to make a pit lane start, we believe, tonight, did young Jimbo Johnson Jr., who is looking to is Mark a Lions supporter. Great colours on that car. So, and there we go. Had a bit of a moment there, but look at that. Is he a Lions supporter? Interesting question. And let's have a look at this. Mark right behind Mac Miller now. We are the pride of Brisbane town. We wear maroon, blue and gold. We will always fight for victory, like Fitzroy and the Bears of old. All for one and one for all. We'll answer to the call. Oh, Lions, Brisbane Lions, we'll kick the winning score. You'll hear a mighty roar. Let me know, Rain of Fire, whether I know every word of that song or not. I heard it after 2 grand finals. And Exo has had a moment, and there's all sorts of damage to the front of that car. And you can see there he will limp back to the pits. Did I get the words right? Proceeds to spend all night singing. Thank you for that, Wilco. As he just... I don't know what he's getting. That's why we drop these bloody tracks, old Mr. Salty J. and Salty J there, that new album just dropping tonight actually, from the studios of Chuck Norris, as I'm about to sneeze. And no, I did this last night, and oh man, it feels like my head's on fire, but that's okay. It's only the man flu, and that's only the man flu. You don't have that. And there we go. It is a real thing. And Noodles made a pass for the lead, and let's have a look here. We'll get back. Geez, I'm so sorry, and so sorry to miss that front battle. I do apologise, but I'm all over the place. I even started up a what's known as a reverse OnlyFans. That's where I keep sending nudes to people until they pay me to stop. Yes, 20. I went with it, Mrs. B. You told me not to go with that one either, but I did, and I thought the delivery was quite good. That's a good one. Let's have a look now. 14 people watching, and there has been a pass for the lead. Whilst I've been shitting on about everything, everywhere, and everyone all at once, there has been a pass for the lead. Noodles made a pass for the lead. Thank you, Rain of Fire. And Trev, have you got any recommendations for AI music? I'll just let me get my little thinking cap on. Just getting my thinking cap on here, and I'll get back to you on that one. Follow a goal of 370 has started, and don't sneeze, Trev. That curry could sneak out the back door, and I tell you what, the back door had to remain open. Oh. No, that's probably not the best way to describe it, but we're ticked under 40 minutes now, 1/3. Race distance gone. Mrs. B has tuned in there with her fish emoji. She's playing Silence. It's this new game that Mrs. B's playing. Nismo, and hang on a minute, Nismo's gone, I think. We started with 20, and now we've got 18, and he says, I've had enough of COTA, and I've had enough of being taken out. Cult of the Lamb is the new game that Mrs. B's playing, so if you see the Kid Buyer's account on Silence of the Lambs, it's not me, but it's Mrs. B. Not sure whether I agree with the satanic nature and satanic imagery of that game, but that is up for debate and up for discussion. But Mrs. B just going ahead and logging on to my PSN account, which is linked to my PayPal, Mrs. B, and just goes ahead and buys the bloody game. But that's good, because I'm printing receipts, and I'll be buying games as well. An eye for an eye will make my bank account go into the red. But that doesn't matter, because Will Star and Noodles are very close indeed. And I can't take my corneas off of this battle, but big hello to Mrs. B. Looks so much easier from this point of view, and it certainly does. Nismo has had a rough time of it there, had enough of being taken out, which is fair enough there. And the boss of Hoon Corp has pulled the pin, we believe, on tonight, but he's still watching this stream, no frills stream, through the PS5. I will be getting my monstrous PC back tomorrow morning, our time here in Australia, and it will have the Gigabyte HOFO motherboard and all sorts of DX anti-Ryzen, AMD Ryzen Core Duo Intel 7.70 and all that sort of stuff. It will play anything at whatever settings you can set it at, and now I just need to get money to pay for it. But no, you won't, says Mrs. B. That's in reference to her purchasing Cult of a Lamb, and without my permission. Only $20, but still, it's the principle of it. Let us know in the comments whether you think Mrs. B should be allowed to purchase games on the PSN, linked to my PayPal. And Rain of Fire, 8K OnlyFans content to come from Trev starting tomorrow. Don't forget, it's going to be 120 frames a second, and that'll be me in the hot tub. I know, when you write a diss track about Wilco in the tune of Australian country music, it's the funniest thing you'll ever hear. And we're approaching half race distance now, and I'm just going to take a short sneezical break, and then we shall return to you in a couple of minutes. Not a couple of minutes, I'll be right back in 2 seconds as we continue to watch this lead battle in front of us. Guess who's back? Back again. Kid Byers is back, riding diss tracks. And Big Shep says Nibbles would have had Jason Dunstall's photo sitting on his bedside table the other night. Now he is being made a legend in the Hall of Fame along with Swanee and a few others. We'll get back to this battle for the lead. We might see Mac and Ernie Dingo having a battle of their own as we approach half the race distance. Half of the race gone and half still to go. Big hello to Big Shep down there at Warrnambool. He's picked up his account again and he's logged in. And it is great to have him on the stream along with Kaima Lappin, also known as Mrs. B. And we've got diss tracks dropping everywhere here. And this one is more in the Slim Dusty range. We might get back to that lead battle actually, but there we have it. So we're just going to listen to this latest diss track that has dropped. It's called Salty Wilco Australian Country. And you're listening to Kid Byers, round 7 of this championship. Let's go. Let's have a listen. It's thinking about it. Woo! Get your guitars. Scootin' Cowboy.
Mate, you can hear the tale about old Salty Wilco who just can't prevail. Every corner, every turn, watch him spin and slide. Folks say you can tell he's coming even from the other side. Down in the outback when sun sets low, Wilco's got his foot down but nowhere to go. You just go left, Wilco goes right.
I love this. This is the first time I've heard this live reaction.
Salty Wilco can't drive cars. He's left more dings than kangaroos leave scars. Hold on tight when he hits the top, 'cause Salty Wilco can't drive cars. Yeehaw! Around the bug, he's known far and wide. Tales of his missteps drift like the tide. Missing shift gears going way too soon.
Nismo. This is the latest Salty Wilco diss track, my friend. Just dropped tonight. Goes hard. Yeah.
Not a clean screw. If you want to stay safe, just give him space. 'Cause Wilco turns driving into a race. Oh, Salty Wilco can't drive cars. He's left more things than kangaroos leave scars. Hold on.
Yeehaw!
It's the top. 'Cause Salty Wilco can't drive cars. We laugh and we cheer.
It's still going. But wait, there's more.
Not a clean screw. If you want to stay safe, just give him space. 'Cause Wilco turns driving into a foot race. Oh, Salty Wilco.
How fitting in Texas. Great work there. The latest in the Salty Wilco disc track range. We're looking at this lead battle, and you're listening to Thursday Night Country here in Texas. And it's great to have you along, partner. Yeehaw! And it's Thursday night. Could almost make an album just on Salty Wilco. He drives cars. And I think Wilco actually might have heard that in his car as he was driving down the Carrum Downs main street there. AI has come a long way, and especially making shitbob posts. Shitbob posts. What the hell am I talking about? I've totally lost the plot. Now, Nismo, I know you're out there watching. I'm a little bit crook today. The voice tone's not quite as good as what they usually are. Flying solo as well, but we are approaching half race distance. As I just clear the nasal passages, there we go. Suno.com. That is where you need to go for your diss tracks. AI has come a long way since making SpongeBob shit posts. Not the other way around with the shitbob sponge posts, but there we go. Approaching half the race gone now. And let's just recap there. Noodles is leading. He's 1 second ahead of Willstar. And then it's Norm there, 11.4 further back. And then it's Nick as well. And then it's Matchin. So pro class guys, all in order pretty much. Sideways then leading his particular class. Stewie Wilson. Then it's Mark Ledwidge, Ernie Dingo.
We are halfway through, not over yet.
Halfway through the race, not over yet. So we are halfway there, and boy, we've had a ball, haven't we? Here this evening. We've hit 360 followers as well on the channel. So that's always magnificent, as I've got some blood coming out of my nasal passages. Not sure what's happening there. We might have to plug that leak. And, oh, I've got a blood nose now. Jesus, tell you what, I'm shit out of luck tonight, let me tell you. But we'll just try and stop that bleeding. And there we go. That's okay. But hopefully you can still hear me now. I've got blood pouring out of my nose, but that's okay. Not having a good run tonight. Oh, it's everywhere. It's like it's that time of the month, you'd reckon. But look at this. Let's just have a look here. I'm trying to plug the leak now. Oh boy, geez, I'm hitting my microphone and everything, and oh man, it's just my brain melting out of my body here, but thank you, Rain of Fire. And I might have to just take a quick break here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back to, we'll find a battle for you. And there we go, Willstar. We'll look at Willstar for a couple of minutes, and I'll just try and fix up this. I'm bleeding out of my nose here at the moment. So we'll take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to the beautiful noises of this car with Willstar, and we'll be back in just a few moments. I do apologise, but we'll be back shortly. Apologies for that break in the audio there, but it seems we've got one of our leaders coming into the pits here. Noodles is into the pits. It looks like Jimbo's making a stop further down the field there as well. You know what it was? Wilco got the Trev voodoo doll out and belted his nose in response to the diss track. Salty Wilco is to blame. It was his driving that caused the nosebleed. Love you, Wilco. He knows we love him out there. As Noodles and Matchin also in the pits. Drive-through penalty for JJ Norms. I've managed to plug the leaking nose, which was leaking thick sort of viscous style blood there. Just having a terrible run. If you're just joining us, oh, there's a yellow flag. Is that Jimbo Johnson? Is that Jimbo Jones there having a moment? He's back on the circuit now. So we've got the pit stop action. JJ Norms with a drive-through penalty. Like I was saying, just not feeling that well in the last 24 hours or so. What's Jimbo doing there? Was he just getting out of the way? I believe he might have been clearing a path for somebody else there, but he's back on the circuit now. And that's all that matters there, as we've lost a couple of people on the stream. I do apologise. It's just through the PS5, of course. But we've still got our many fans with us. Rain of Fire and the Nigerian Prince, of course, there as well. Nismo had a pretty ordinary run, but he's since retired from this race. We started with 20, and now we're down to 18 runners. Exo still out there on the circuit. He's gone in and repaired his damage, so he's still running out there. Chipperton into the pits along with Mark Ledwich, who is now out of the pits. And I do appreciate each and every one of you for sticking with me under duress here in this session. Now Willstar in the pits, so as JJ comes in to serve his drive-through, Willstar has come in a lap later from Noodles. This is going to be the interesting battle. Let's have a look at this. This is going to determine who will lead this race between these two championship contenders here, Noodles and Willstar. We'll keep an eye on the track map in the right-hand corner of your screen, of course. Noodles there in the McLaren. Let's have a look. Drive-through cleared there from race control for car number 1, 2, 3. So that is fantastic indeed. And you can see here we're keeping an eye on the number 55 McLaren in Noodles. And where is Willstar? He's still in the pits. We're looking for that number 21 on the track map. It's going to be tight. He's away. Willstar's away. And Noodles is just going around the final corner. It's going to be neck and neck, I reckon. I reckon Willstar might have him here. Let's have a look. Don't forget to watch the track map. Here comes Noodles, but Willstar's away. It's going to be tight into turn 1, and Noodles has got him. Noodles has got him. He's got his tyres and brakes and everything up to pressure. Zoom. There goes Noodles. There goes Willstar, and they are well and truly ahead of the chasing pack with 22.5 minutes remaining in this race. Don't forget as well, Norman in there too. And Nick as well. Noodles looking for back-to-back wins, of course. Very close battle indeed. Close to the line, we believe. And did Willstar take extra tyres, or put a new set of tyres on, I should say? That's going to be another interesting question, which we can ask our chat. But you can see there, Nick in 4th place. Very much in no man's land there is important Nick. And I'll never get his name right, will I? But Matchin then. Pro 1 to 5. And then we've got Sideways Polka, Kilroy, Stewie, and Mark Ledwich and Ernie Dingo. Will he break the run of, 5 consecutive wins or something here for Jimbo? So that's going to be interesting to see in itself, whether that run can continue. As there is Mac Miller. Hasn't had a great day, Mac Miller, but he's still continuing on, which is great to see. And there we go, just getting advised of some stuff via social media. Sorry about that, just putting that on silent now. But Mac Miller there is continuing on, Saint Sim, as I continue on. Working solo tonight, working through a bit of illness, but that's okay. No one cares about that. It's about the show. And the performance never changes, that's for sure. Dask and Spawn getting close here. Let's have a look at this battle, because this is interesting, as Dask now has a drive-through. Now, was that for track limits? We don't know if anyone's out there, and I think Dask might have let Spawn through there, knowing he's got the drive-through penalty. Track limits are very, very rough around here, and we've heard that already. And we've heard that already in the chat, actually, on the Discord. There was a lot of discussion about track limits and what sort of effect they would have on the race tonight. As bad as Paul Ricard, can't say I know him, but no, that's terrible, isn't it? But Paul Ricard, that is a very boring track, that one, isn't it? I just can't quite get to grips with that one. No longer on the F1 calendar. Next up, there's going to be a diss track about COTA. Only joking, you little devil, you delightfully devilish Chuck Norris. As you can see there, less than 20 minutes remaining in this race. Stewie and Kilroy also having a good battle here, with everybody yet to make, everybody has made their pit stops, I should say. So it'll just be a 20-minute sprint until the end of this race. As we continue now, 14 people watching. Hello to each and every one of you if you're out there and you're yet to join the family or yet to follow the stream, please do so. Dask now, I believe, is serving that drive-through penalty. Drive-through penalty 4. Track limits now, another one for Ernie Dingo. Look at this. We had a feeling this might happen. Coming into this race, we knew this would be an issue here. And diss track, could you imagine a moonshine song? And can you imagine that? 5 liters of vodka for a rain of fire, drinking that vodka by the fire, playing your banjos just like hillbillies, just like Deliverance country music. Yeah, who needs AI when you've got me, that's for sure. And and it'd have to be a metal song though. Maybe some Nirvana style. And the vodka that I'm drinking, I'm so plastered, I'm not thinking. I'm drinking vodka, drinking vodka, drinking vodka. Well, that's me done. That's me done for the rest of the night. And you could call that song Smells Like Rain's Vodka. And there we go. Oh, that didn't go out too bad, actually. I was quite happy with that. But Willstar has the quickest lap of the race. You're going to give yourself a hernia. And there we have it. But boy, it's a tough one tonight. 17 minutes remaining. Great. This is the sort of stuff that gets me through. The beloved regulars, the likes of Nigerian Prince and Rain of Fire, and Chuck Norris there as well, creating diss tracks like the Germans are still flying overhead. But don't we love it? And I'm gone through a box of tissues here this evening, and just run out of the handkerchief supplies there. But look at this, the cloud's starting to gather here. I wonder what this is all about, but no, we can recap here. We do know that Noodles is leading. They swapped, didn't they? They changed the lead very early in the race. And then Willstar then in second place, Norm in third, Nick in fourth position, and then it's Matchin. And I'm still recovering from that Smells Like Rain of Fire vodka song. To the tune of the Nirvana track, of course. But Kilroy, 8 people watching. Don't need diss tracks when you got me. Don't need AI when you've got me, because I'm silly as a bloody cut snake. And there we go. And I think we might have lost someone, have we? No, I know we don't. Sorry, we started with 20. Now we've got 18. Down to this man in EXO, who's still out there. He's currently in 4th position in his class. We might go from the back to the front and just recap there what's going on. And a very good evening, sorry about the delay there, a very good evening to Beaky from Karingal in the beautiful state of Victoria, a rather chilly Victoria, Beaky, and I am flying solo tonight, Beaky. We hope you're doing well and out there, and big hello to the Beakster, the great man, and usually in the Gold Coast Suns surf life-saving car livery. But he's not with us tonight, but he is watching the stream. And we are missing, of course, Chuck Norris. If you are joining us, we are missing Chuck Norris, my usual commentary buddy up here in the commentary box, because we couldn't get, of course, because this is a PS5 stream, we couldn't work it across to come through here. And we're also missing Jason because Karen from Accounts is up the duff and she's pregnant and she's leaving Doreen Lee in Carrum Downs, and we lost somebody else. Bob Hoskins as well is on call. So anyway, we're going it alone. And Beaky, I've also been quite sick over the last 24 hours. So you name it, I've got it. I ate a 6-year-old curry, 6-year-old curry, 6-day-old curry, and didn't do me any favours. Then I've also got a bit of a head cold as well, and all sorts of other issues, and there we go. But a bit of food poisoning thrown in for good measure. But we've got somebody off. Is that Jimbo off? Let's have a look. And let's see if the cameras can pick up Jimbo here. Yeah, there he is. He is off the track. And I saw that on the track map there. So our man Jimbo Jones, and he's back onto the circuit. Beaky, no, not well at all. I'm sorry to hear that, Beaky. I hope you can. I don't. Well, you don't have to elaborate on that, but yeah, we hope you're doing well, mate. We're always here for you, and we hope you can be. We hope you can. No, we hope we can provide some entertainment for you in the next 13 minutes. And thinking of you at the moment, Beaky, but always here and just a phone call or a message away. And Chuck Norris there just advising us, Jim's mowing. Indeed it is here at the Circuit of the Americas. Rain of Fire says a 6-year-old curry would have both poison and a cure. And cure you, would both poison and cure you, all with penicillin growth on it. And it's still in the fridge, believe it or not. We've got to throw it out, but maybe Mrs. B waiting for it to grow legs, and then it'll throw itself out. But let's have a look at this alien man we call Noodles, who is continuing on. 5.8 seconds is the gap here with 12.5 minutes to go. As we see, we saw Exorcist there having a moment, but no, in all seriousness, Beaky, if you need to chat, please let us know. We're always available for you, of course. Myself and early doctor's appointment tomorrow. Thank you for the laughs. Talk soon, Chuck Norris. And the great Chuck Norris there has had some issues, health issues of his own, of course, since obtaining his new wheel. He's had some hand issues, of course. I think many of you may have seen that through the Discord channels and Discord servers. So we are thinking of our man Chuck Norris, the man who pisses on Weet-Bix for breakfast. He might. No, that's not how that come out either. But all right, Trev and chat, got to go get some sleep. Early doctor's appointment for the great man tomorrow. Thank you for the laughs. Talk soon. And it's just approaching 9, I think, over there in South Australia. Goodbye. We've got 10 minutes to go. Goodbye, says Rain of Fire to the Nigerian Prince. And lap 22 of this race here. And you can see there, with 10.5 minutes remaining, it is this man, the alien. Noodles must have changed tyres. He's looking a bit, mustn't have changed tyres, sorry. He's looking a bit loosey-goosey. And but still, 6.2 Exo getting out of the way of the leaders there once again. Very nicely done from Exo. Very sportsmanlike, of course. He is 2 or 3 laps down in this race. Just 10 minutes remaining now. So Will Star in second, Norm in third. And then it's Nick in fourth, Machin in fifth. Sideways in sixth. There's a battle here between Stewie. And this is the closest battle. No, it's not the closest battle on the circuit. I think Jimbo and Dask as well are having a battle of their own. But will that be a factor now? That's going to be interesting, Rain of Fire. Will that be a factor late in this race? So it's less than 6 seconds the gap between Noodles and Willstar there. And Jimbo has a drive-through penalty. And I'm guessing, given that it's less than half a second between him and Dask, that I'm guessing it might have been for track limits, potentially, in his pursuit of Dask there. And now you can see Jimbo will have to come in and drive through, as the name suggests. But we're getting back to, I see you out there lurking. Please consider following if you haven't already. We would love to have you as part of the community. We've had a pretty good turnout tonight. A little bit less than usual in terms of the drivers, of course. But we started with 20. We've still got 18 left. And we lost Nismo, of course, who didn't have a great run. But drive-through penalty for Ernie Dingo now as well. Also for track limits. Incredible stuff there. So Ernie Dingo also with a penalty. And now there's a yellow flag out for something. I'm not sure what it's for, but Noodles leads 6.4. So that gap has steadied now. Back to Willstar. Then it's Naughty Norman Price. And there he is. And then it's Nick Machin. Sideways Polka leading the way in his class. But Ernie Dingo, the leader for this class, has got a drive-through. So is that going to let Chipperton into first place here? That's going to be the big question. Is that going to see him potentially lose this race? Wow. So this could, I'm guessing that, 9.6 is the gap. Let's take a look at Ernie Dingo going onto the back straight here at the moment. And Jimbo not happy whatsoever as he serves his drive-through and now clears his drive-through. He says, this track can eat a big bag of Doritos. And that's referring... Oh, and Ernie Dingo off again. Could that be another track limits warning for him? And you can see there Ernie Dingo, who's coming around this final part of the lap. Will he serve that drive-through penalty straight away? I think he might have to, actually. Because I think we've got, I think the rule is 3 laps. And you need to come in and serve that penalty. Otherwise you can get in big trouble, of course. As you can see there, he comes around. Is he going to serve it this lap? Indeed he is. And he comes down to 50 kilometres per hour. We might see if we can find another battle with 6.5 remaining. There goes Spawn. Spawn Racing and Saint Sim. This is another interesting battle here for P5 and P6. in their respect. Oh, and Saint Sim, what happened there? Had a bit of a moment, looked like a snap of oversteer or something there on that occasion. And that sees Spawn go through. And you can see there now, we'll just wait for the timing screens to correct themselves. Ernie Dingo coming through with his drive-through penalty. And look at that, 7 people watching here at the moment, still on this stream. We do apologise, but we thank Brems98 for following and becoming our 360th follower. How good is that? Absolutely fantastic stuff there. We've popped out the chat now, so keep your comments coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the chat. If you're new to the channel, great to have you along. It is round 7 of this season 6 of the Kid Buyers Racing League. Saint Sim running slightly wide. We might recap what's going on here. Stewie and Kilroy getting very close. If you don't mind, down the start-finish straight. Let's have a look here. This is going to be interesting. No moves getting made there, but he might only have 2 laps to do it in. If you are just joining us, like I've been saying for most of the night, I am flying solo here this evening, as we couldn't get any offsiders, of course, due to work and some personal commitments, as well as some technological issues, mostly being between the PSN chat and also Discord not linking up, and or the Discord not linking up with the PSN chat, which means we couldn't get the Prince on board tonight for this stream, but we got 4 minutes to go. Rain of fire. The Beamer is on rails through the S's, and he's talking about this man, one of 2 Beamers in the field tonight. Similar paint schemes as well between Kilroy. One's 562 and one's 666, the number of the beast. And it certainly is on rails through those S's in the early part of the lap. And no one's heading him on the main straight. You can see that BMW power working beautifully there. As we count down at the minutes, just 3.5 to go. 1.3 between Saint Sim and Spawn Racing there. And we've seen it all tonight. We've had diss tracks, we've had musical charts happening. My nose started to bleed as well at one point there, but let's have a look. You can see the leaderboard there. Qualifying, it was Will Star taking pole position. We've got a yellow flag there. We might just check on what that's for. Could have been a glitch though, I do beg your pardon. As you can see there, less than 3 to go now. Let's take a look at our leader, where he is. He might get another lap in here. I believe this might be the last lap coming up, is it? Let's have a look at the timetables. And let's see the fastest lap. AM class, it is Chipperton leading the way there. Silver class, of course, sideways polka. Geez, Wilster had another 4/10 in the final sector going off that. And you can see there in qualifying. And look at that, Noodles. And, Noodles with the quickest 3rd sector in qualifying, a 50.1. And Willstar there, 50.5. So, my goodness, there wasn't a lot in it. But as you can see, very, very quick in qualifying. Let's have a look. This could be the last lap. I'm pretty sure it will be the last lap of the race for this man. He's dominated once again. Paul Candelonian, who's gone across. He was a GT7, still is a GT7 superstar.
Okay, the leader is on the final
Leader is on the final lap. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can. So we've got 90 seconds remaining in this one. This will be the last lap. Willstar might get the fastest lap, but Noodles will get the race win in this penultimate race of the season. Just Kyalami to come next week. And boy, we've got a few races coming up. A jam-packed calendar, of course, for Charity Month as well. Don't forget to join us for that, but please follow if you haven't already. Would love to hear from you. We've hit 360, and now we're looking to hit that 370 mark, and who knows, one day we might even get to 1,000, but baby steps, and we will get there eventually. As you can see there now, less than a minute remaining. This will be the final lap of the race. What other battles are happening? Will start rounding up JJ there. As I'm trying not to sneeze. As we come through the final part of the lap, Big Alan Shep has joined us right throughout the course of the evening. He says, drove past this house today. It had 7 kitchens in it. Mr. Kitchen, Mrs. Kitchen, and the 5 little kitchens. And, the little kitchens that could. But 5, great to have you along, Big Shep. The man, the legend himself from the Bull. And what happens on the mountain, Big Shep, stays on the mountain. And just talking about the Bathurst etiquette there as well. But here comes Noodles. Couple of corners to go between him and the checkered flag, and victory for round 7 of the GT3 series here for KRL. Here he comes for the final time across the line. Leader has finished the race. Leader has finished the race. Thank you for that race control. Noodles wins. The flares are going off everywhere. Shipperton crosses the line as well to take victory in his class. Will Star in second. Norm coming around in third. Let's have a look. Haven't called his name too much. He's been a quiet achiever this evening. Norm comes across the line to finish in third. So does Nick in fourth. Here comes Machin. And Machin now coming across the line. In P5, there he is. Podium for Norm. Oh, what have I done there? And what have I done there? Why has that done that? There we go, Kilroy. Podium for Norm. Great to see. Thank you, Nismo, for sticking with us. We know it wasn't your night tonight out on track, mate, but always a pleasure to have you along for the stream. And always a pleasure to talk to as well. Kilroy comes across the line. Sideways Polka wins his class. Kilroy second. Stewie in third, and that is all she wrote. Spawn is still going though in P5 currently, as most of the action has finished on the track. Got a couple more cars to go. Saint Sim and Spawn now coming around to complete the end of this race. And we thank you for persevering with us. It's just been myself and also just struggling with a bit of illness, but we thank you for sticking with us there, as they are the final results on your screen. Noodles from Will Star, 9.1 the gap, and then another 10 back to Norm. In fact, 19 in fact back to Norm, I should say, taking a podium. Nismo's happy with that. And Nick in fourth, fifth for Match, and Sideways winning his class along with Kilroy and Stewie, all making the podium. And then Mark down there in fourth. And then Mac Miller there, the odd one out down there for the pro class. He finished 10th on track and 6th in his class. Spawn, Saint Sim, Chipperton winning, breaking the Jimbo Jones streak. Jimbo had a few incidents there at the S's, also fell foul of the track warnings as well. Demolition Derby Trophy, says Jimbo Jones. We'll catch you tomorrow night, Jimbo, on Sea of Thieves with a nice big glass of scotch to help my sore throat. And you can see there, Ernie Dingo, Dask, Jimbo, the man I just mentioned, Exo, Nismo getting a drive through there. 20th was Shorty Fuller. He left very early on in the piece. And they are the final results on your screen. I'm not 100% sure in terms of post-race driver interviews. And given I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, I might call it quits there tonight, but it's been an absolute pleasure to bring this to you Ladies and gentlemen, round 7 of this championship, the penultimate round. We'll be back next week, next Wednesday night from 8 p.m. Eastern. We will have all of our bells and whistles up and running after getting my PC back fully upgraded. So we will be streaming through the PC again with the voice of Chuck Norris, with the voice of Jason Wilkinson, and of course the voice of myself. And but for now, it's been an absolute pleasure to bring this to you, and always fun. Thank you, Rain of Fire, Big Alan Shep, Beaky. We're always thinking of you, Jimbo Jones as well. Don't forget, please save your channel points as they won't work tonight, but you already knew that. Remember to be kind to one another and do what you do well. And we'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen, for the 8th and final round of this championship. We hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening and have a good Friday and into the weekend. But we will see you next time at Kyalami. But for now, it's goodbye. See you next time.